Okay, so I was getting ready, and I had a bunch of thoughts and a bunch of things that I needed to mention, and this download just came to me. Sorry, this thought just came to me. Like I needed to share um this subject of like women emasculating men and why they're not attracting the correct type of man. Like, and there is so much to say about this subject. And it's because we are kind of learning right now how to be with the independent woman, but also attracting and being like how to turn that off when we're in the presence of a male figure. We're learning to do that just now. Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. I would love to know your thoughts on the subject. No, I'm talking to you. Anyway, so this subject about emasculating men has been going on forever, but I feel like it is more pronounced or it is more, uh, it's going on deeper because of how independent women are today. Let me know if you resonate with this. Let me know if you're not attracting the right man because I have so much to say about this subject. Um, maybe you're correcting him in public. Maybe you're making all of the decision without his input. Maybe you're mocking him or belittling him. I can't say it. Belittling his goals. When you do that, you're emasculating a man. Like people do not understand how bad this is because we kind of um are grabbing his intimates and we're stepping up into being the man in the relationship. Of course, this does not happen consciously. This happens because maybe we were brought up with a household that we saw this was normal. So it really has to do with how you were brought up. What did you see, and what do you think is normal right now? And how is it playing out in your relationship? I am doing this live because of the girlies who are attracting the wrong people, are attracting the wrong man, and I want to help you. Like I've been there. I've been that woman who was not doing this consciously. I was that woman who didn't know that I was like belittling her man. I didn't know, and this didn't happen with my divine union right now, but this happened in other relationships that I had. I don't ever want to correct him or make him feel less than what I am just because what I am. Like just because I'm successful, I don't want to make him look bad, to make myself look better. And this is what women are doing because maybe they had an example like that, or maybe this is what they think is normal because we are so independent now and we are able to do it now, and we don't know how to stand tall with a successful man while you yourself be successful. There is so many ways that you might be emasculating a man, and just like I said before, maybe you're dismissing his opinion. Maybe you're using shame instead of respect in a disagreement. Maybe you're undermining his confidence in front of his friends, or in front of his family members. Like, how are you going to attract a high achieving man when you do this with regular men? Like, some women might say, oh my god, I want to do this, I want to attract the high successful man, but all you're doing is making him feel bad of what he has. There is a sweet spot on like doing whatever it is that you want for a man to do for you. There's a way to do it with love. There's a way to do it with sass. But you, because you don't know how to do this, it comes off as harsh. It comes off as you controlling. You have to identify, where are you standing? If you're ready to become this type of woman, please subscribe. Please join my masterclass that I'm doing on to become a freaking diva, but also holding this successful type of man. Like, just because you want a providing man doesn't mean that you're not going to do your own thing. Doesn't mean that he has power over you. Hi, ladies. How are you? Let me know where you're writing from. If you have any questions, write them in and I'm going to answer them after. Um, Hi, Cody. How are you? Thank you for joining in. I just actually just did a couple of hours ago. I did another video on like something else, but I had this thing that I needed to share with my girls not able to attract the correct and aligned man. Wi- I'm glad that it resonated with you, Cody. Join the masterclass if you want to go in deeper on identity, on how our brain works, and how to step into, this version of you who is crying to level up. Anyway, I'm doing this video because I used to be that girl. I used to be that toxic woman who didn't know how to stand tall with a successful man. I would make him, like, I thought I was doing the right thing because it's what I had perceived in our society to be normal. So maybe you didn't have this example growing up, but maybe you've been influenced by what we see in social media. So it's important for us to be aware on, if you want to attract and attract this type of man, you need to have respect. You need to show respect. If you're not willing to give respect, don't expect to receive. Don't expect respect to receive to you for you to receive respect. So I've been there. I wanted to share this with you because, like, we are so focused on our independence, our success, that we're not willing to just, I don't know, make like cook a meal for our man. This varies, and this varies in what you want in your life and which type of status you are. Like, maybe you're not comfortable baking or cooking a whole meal, but maybe you surprise your man by doing something. I'm not saying take charge. I'm only saying do whatever your heart's desire. And when you come off as genuine, when you come off, you attract that genuine back. So if you are an unconscious being, um, you're gonna attract an unconscious man. Like it's as simple as that. And I had to learn in my last relationship on how to become this woman. So and I thought I would do this because it's so important on how you're reacting. When I had my big awakening, I saw so many things I was doing wrong. I saw I saw myself for who I was. I noticed how I was not acting in alignment. If that makes sense. Yes, that's true, Cody. You attract who you are. Hi, Fabian. Fabian. Yes. So I'm only saying cooking as an example, but like not cooking, but maybe a gesture of something you people nowadays just want to be seen. People just want to feel held and seen. And if you are not making your man feel seen, there's something you're doing. Let me know if that makes sense. If you're in a relationship, let me know if you have your dream woman with you or your dream man, or if you're looking, if you're maybe that woman who is looking for that divine union. Yeah, people are still looking. And for men, if you're a man and you're looking, you're watching this video, it's completely different for you because it has to do with you separating sex and being able to witness what you want for your life. Just not treat women for what they look like, because then you'll get just a woman who's interested in for what you have. Maybe you're interested in that woman because of how she looks, and she might be interested for you for what you have. So it's really a mirror of your intention. And every day we're manifesting. Every day we have a different intention. We just don't know. If you're not aware enough, if you're not doing this practice consciously, this is what is happening in the back. So I thought I would share a little bit of my background and what I've been through. So I was 25, so about 5 years ago, just coming out of a toxic relationship. But I would say toxic just because it wasn't really toxic, or maybe it was, I don't know. Um, and the guy that I was with, he was great, but I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy because I wanted something deeper. I wanted a soul divine union. Um, so I got out of that relationship thinking, what woman do I need to become in order to attract this type of man? Like a man who is successful, a man who doesn't have, addictions. Um, So I started taking a bunch of courses, but I started really getting to know myself more. I started really looking inside for answers instead of like searching outside for more answers. So what I did was take courses. I of course I needed to take information and then be able to look inwards for what my soul was desiring at the moment. So when that happened, I had like a big awakening. I had a life experience where I noticed I had a swimwear brand that was no longer resonating. Like my entire brand in social media was about me being in a bikini and selling bikinis. Essentially, it was great because the brand wasn't great, but it wasn't resonating with who I was. So I was just like, I have a bigger purpose. I have a bigger like meaning to be in this world for a bigger reason. So I was like, this is no longer resonating. I was back in Miami and I wanted to do something more. So I was working at the SLS as a server, as a bottle service. I would make a lot of money. And like money is not gonna cut it if it's not aligned in your path. And it wasn't cutting it for me. So I went back to Peru to look inwards because I had this big awakening and I was just like, how come people do not know this? How come people do not know that they can change their entire life by looking inwards, by feeling what they're feeling, and actually make their desires come true? And actually, I've been always taught to like dream huge, big. I was always taught to oh yeah, this is another story about the dreams and why I think so big. Yeah, coming back to the story, went back to Peru and did this entire framework still with coaching, still I was getting coached with multiple people. I was studying psychology, the brain. How does the brain work? How are our childhood wounds connected? And at the end of the day, everything is so connected. So, anyway, I aligned who to the person that I needed to become. And then last year, I got proposed. I needed for divine timing to like arrange itself. And actually, I've known Caesar, the guy who I'm with right now, for more than 5 years, or 5 years, about 5 years. But he just proposed last year. So yeah, I'm sharing this story because you can change and you could attract that man. You just need to believe it for yourself. Because if you do not believe it for yourself, you're just gonna continue attracting whatever you're attracting right now. Like that, people who are addicted, maybe people who cheat, people who, I don't know, whatever your situation is. So anyway, I got tired. So it's available for you. You just need to tune into who that person is. And that's why I created the art of becoming, because I've studied so much about transformation, about how our identity, how our brain is working, etc., etc. And I packaged this into the art of becoming. But I've been called to do this masterclass at the end of this month, and it's going to be so good because I go into the deep dive of the thoughts, our emotions, and how our identities is stopping us from getting the thing that we desire and we want. So if you want to join me, I would love to have you because I want to get the conversation going. Um, the container right now is whoever wants to join, but I'm also being called to do something else that I'll let you know later. Right now, I'm gonna answer some questions and nothing. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much because um I when I got this awakening call, I when I don't like calling it awakening, but because I feel like it limits me. But I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for the people who watch these videos and resonate with whatever I share. And once or twice, I got this woman or this person who was just like, "Thank you so much for doing this video. I honestly changed, like it changed me so much. Like maybe you just want to resonate with what truth I'm saying. And I'm here to share with you that you're not alone. There's so many people that are going through the same thing." Anyway, let's go through the questions. Hello, user ID. Hello. Thank you, Emily. I don't know if that was a compliment, but I'll take it as a compliment. She said, okay. Thank you, Cody. Thank you for the compliment. Hi, Fabian. Fabian. Hey. Hello, devs. Shout out from the Philippines. I love the Philippines. I want to go back. Low on just work and save goals. Oh, I don't. What was the question there? Cody says, I don't require a lot from a woman, but for me, you need to prioritize my happiness, serve God, and be family oriented. I think that would be a lot for me to work with. I think that's good. Hi, Dennis. Thank you. Cody says, can we agree that women are more toxic than men? I'm not saying that men aren't at all. I think we have everything. I don't, I haven't looked at the statistics. I think we would have to look at psychology research on that. But I've encountered both, not only women, but I think women are um like are able to inspire other people to do better and be better. So I don't know. Yeah, I think it's the light. Hi, Manu. Can you make your eye black or darker? It's looking like you have powder in it. I think it's the light. Like my light makes my face look like lighter. Anyway, Christopher, hi. I am 30 years old. Hi, Leanne. Hi, I don't have anything to give, but I love your stream. Thank you so much for watching. Hi, Rose, bikini model. Yeah, not 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 about that life anymore. I mean, not to shame them because I also love being in my small bikini. Like, so for what? Like, so what? But not my entire feed, because there's so much more that I can give and share with my audience than just bikini pics. Adrian says, greetings straight from South Africa. Hello. I would love to go to Africa. I've never been to the Barbados. I would love to go. Ryan, hello. Have an amazing day, Caleb. Hello, Cody. Thank you so much. Yeah, I have big dreams and hopefully I will share soon. Meditating what says I'm meditating for a good, kind hearted black man to manifest in your life. I'm engaged, so I don't need any man right now. What's the most important quality in a man for you? This is an interesting question. I don't know. I think he has to be driven. I think he has to be like driven is a very important thing for me. He has to have something like bigger, just like I have my own thing going on. He has to have something bigger than a 9 to 5. But this changes for everyone. Just because you have a 9 to 5, you could um you're like you're great, you're good, a great quality. And another quality is he has to be loving. He has to do things from the heart, not because he has to. I think this is a very important one. Yeah. I'm like, thank you for your compliments. I don't understand that question. Are you trying to say women should do that just to motivate people? What do you mean by that? Like, I don't remember what I said. Can you reframe the question? CEO High Life. Good morning. Hello, Lucky. Yeah, I'm not Persian. I'm from Peru. Hi, babe. I'm doing a YouTube live. I love you. Um, Hello, Sagar Sharma. That's how you say it. Hello, Cody. Yeah, I'm glad. Cody says, I'm glad money doesn't define who you're attracted to. No, no. I mean, in my life, when I was rotational dating, I did have like one of my requirements was that he was successful and that he was making a lot of money. But in the way that I met a lot of successful men, they didn't like there was a mismatch between that. So I think it was very important for me to have that variety, like that rotational dating and like just getting to know the person without being intimate, like without being intimate was very important in my experience because I got to know their real motives. And just like I said before, like a woman can sense that you're taking her out just because of her looks. And successful men think that they can buy whatever they want. And when that one of the successful men that I was dating, like maybe insinuating that he could buy me, I was completely turned off and I didn't continue seeing him again because of the motives were just not aligned. And yeah, so yeah. So there was something stronger though with my connection with my fiance, that like something was just continuing to pull me back towards him. So there was something greater than what I can explain, if that makes sense. Yes, I believe in God. I think I'm spiritual, so I believe that there's something greater than us. I think in the higher power. I, yeah. Sometimes I call it the creator. Sometimes I call it the source. Sometimes I call it higher power. So God, too. Uh, J98 says, I don't remember anything I've done today. After seeing you, you're my total focus and I love your aura. Thank you so much. I send blessings towards you and everybody who's watching me. I hope that everything in your life gets multiplied and everything in your desires come true. And they're just showing you your future. I don't know why I'm getting sensitive all of a sudden. Anyway, hello, Cody, again. He says, I think you're attracted to successful men because you know what you have to offer. Yeah. But sometimes our connections with certain people are just stronger than what we can explain. I think that's important to notice too. Happy birthday, Saj. What was it? Sajar? Washington, D.C. in the building. I look like your English teacher. That's interesting. Kenny, thank you. Okay, give not Sayan says, give me advice on how to ask the prettiest girl in my school out. I think you just need to have the guts. I don't think you need advice. I think men just need to do it. And if they get rejected, do not resent the women. Like, just accept the rejection. I think that's a very important thing to remember as a man. Yeah, just because one says no, so what? Like, all right, you don't know what you're missing, that type of energy. Like, what? You're gonna reject me? No. I think when a man's confidence is high, I think women love that, no matter what you look like. Hello, Musa. Musa Lawa. Anyway, up, to finish up this amazing life, I just want to share that if you're being called to join me in the masterclass, please, I would love to have you there because it's going to be so good. And I would love to have you there because we're going to speak about identity and how our emotions and our brain is stopping us from getting the thing that we desire the most, which is so interesting, which is so delicious because I love talking about this subject because, like, you could get it. You could get whatever it is that you want. Okay. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. And thank you for joining me. This has been very fun and blessing. Um, and I send lots of love. I send lots of enlightenment towards you. And I'm sending out wholesome vibes for everyone of you. All right. Hi Cody, Cody says, can you tell me more about this masterclass? Because I really want to join. You can join in the description box. It says sign up to the masterclass. You can just click that link and it'll ask you your email. You just need to put on your email and then you'll receive a link. Basically, the masterclass is on June 30th and I'll be hosting it. So yeah, thank you so much. Bye.